Beehives foraging. Your bees were all killed. You need compensated. I want to tell you about a piece of beekeeping equipment that you wouldn't really consider being a piece of beekeeping equipment. And it all starts right now. Beehives foraging. What's up? I'm David Burns. Thanks for joining me today. I want to tell you about a piece of beekeeping equipment that has really benefited my operation tremendously. And you wouldn't think so. You wouldn't really think it would have this big of an impact. It has helped me so much in actually working my bees, planning when to take my supers off. It's helped me to evaluate things that have happened and why they happen. I purchased a weather station. It's an ambient weather station. Now wait a minute, don't hang up on me. Don't click away. Let me tell you right off the bat why I like it the most. I live near farm fields where they spray. They spray chemicals to help their farming operation. Now, a lot of times farm spray labels will say things like cannot be sprayed during foraging hours of honeybees or pollinators. And so a lot of it has a label information that says you can't spray it under certain temperatures, over certain wind speeds and all of that. If you document your bee yard, and if you have proof of what the wind speeds were, or the temperatures were, or the humidity, what direction the winds were out of, and you took videos of your farmer spraying next to your bees, and you can show with your ambient weather station recorded data. Beehives foraging. Of what the wind was, you would have a very legitimate case to either file a lawsuit or approach your farmer and say, look, you overstepped, you had chemical trespassing violations, you sprayed chemicals too close to my bees, and they can't do that. That's not allowed. So you would have evidence to go before either a court or your farmer and get compensated, and especially if they were mixing pesticides and spraying pesticides very close to your bees, and you noticed that the wind speeds violated the label. No matter who you are, the label is the law. So I just say all of that. I don't want you to become angry or an adversary against farmers. Many beekeepers are farmers. Farmers are taking the proper steps to ensure that what they do does not damage or kill pollinators. So I'm not saying at all or suggesting in any way that you not remain very civil, respectful, and work together with farmers so that both of you would have the best outcome. I'm just saying that in a severe case where there is an issue, there was something accidental that may have happened and your bees were all killed, you need compensated. Just like if your bees all destroyed somebody's corn or beans, they would come after you. So we just need to have a way that we can prove what was going on. And I'll tell you other ways that it's helped me. It has alarm systems built into it. I can actually configure. It's really easy. It's user-friendly. Ambient Weather has done a great work. I'll leave an affiliate link below. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just saying that I really believe in their gear. And so I have on my phone all these warnings that come up. Like if the wind speed is over 49 miles an hour, it will alert me. That tells me that my bees, the lids could blow off, that they could blow over. It makes me want to go out and look, make sure everything's okay. No limbs fell on my hives. I have rain alert. If I get a certain amount of rain in a certain amount of time, it will send me a text message or an email. It will tell me what's going on. Even when I'm away, I get information about what's happening on my property. It does help me also understand more about my bees. Like, oh, I can see we had 12 inches of rain in June, and by my ambient weather data. And so now I can see how much honey does that correlate. Do I get more honey when there's more rain or less honey because it's always cloudy and rainy, they don't fly as much? I can kind of take all that data and conclude that, wow, when I get a lot of rain like that, I get a lot more honey. I really like most of all, I like the wind feature where I can always look at the wind. I can know, is the wind too windy to go out and make a video? I can, and I also have it tied into my, I don't want to say the word, my Amazon Echo. I have that tied in because now I can say, hey, I don't want to say the name or we'll activate yours. Give me a report. Give me a weather report.
The outdoor temperature at Long Lane Honeybee Farms is 79.5 degrees. It feels like 81. The outdoor humidity is 81% and the dew point is 73.1 degrees. The wind speed is 4.5 miles per hour out of the south, with gusts up to 8.1 miles per hour. There hasn't been any rain today. The relative pressure is 29.22 inches and falling at 0 per hour. The UV index is 0, and the solar radiation is 0.
And it's a really cool weather station. It was so easy to install. Let me show you. Just take a look at it. Now I elevated it up on top of our honeybee store, and you can see it here. I've got it mounted up high, and that way I can get a better accuracy on my wind speeds because the wind's not really being blocked by buildings and trees. It's a little higher up. And I can also get a better feel for the actual rain because the rain gauge is up a little bit higher, not being blocked by trees and so forth. And so it's an easy place to have it. It's easy accessible to me. I do have to change the batteries, I think, once a year. But it's real easy to do. It's a low roof, so I can easily put my ladder and swap out the batteries. Now, if we take a look at it from the surface here, you can see the wind spinning, and you can see the rain gauge on top here. It's got a little solar panel here to give you sun information on UV rays. It tells me the rain, the wind, the temperature, the humidity, the barometric pressure. That can be important because you can kind of say, oh no, the barometric pressure is dropping. Maybe it's going to storm. But if we go into the house and look, I've got a display that's probably about 100 feet away. And this display, I've got it set where it shows the most important features to me, how much rain I'm getting, what the wind speeds are, the temperature in the house, temperature outdoors. And I've got settings where it alerts me if my indoor humidity gets above 50% or gets below 40%, then I can turn on my humidifier or dehumidifiers. Now, these are not very expensive when you consider what kind of value they hold in helping you in your bee operation. It's going to give you a little more power, a little more muscle to restore that data that you can use if you do have any damage to your hives from any overspray of your farmers, overspraying and killing your bees with pesticide. You can show the wind and the direction and what time it tells you exactly what the wind was doing, exactly what time, exactly that hour, moment of the day. So there'd be no dispute. And it's a real respected company, and it's networked with a lot of different weather associations like Weather Underground. And so a lot of us have tied our weather stations in to the network. So you can drop in without the station. You can drop in and see the weather report on what's going on here at the honeybee farm. Maybe I'll leave a link. I'll try to see if I can leave a link where you can drop in and look at my weather. But it's fun. It's a lot of good stuff to have in your beekeeping operation. I look at it like farmers do. I look at it, you know, we are farmers, we're bee farmers, and our crop is honey. And so we need information about the weather that will help us make better decisions with our bees and understand what they're doing. Now, if you're a beekeeper and you've messed something up in your hive because you didn't respect bee space and it's just a mess of comb every which way in there, you're not the first person, and you certainly won't be the last. Click on this video right here. This video, if you click on it, I will teach you about bee space and how to avoid horrible mistakes of crazy comb being built on your frames and around and under and all that stuff. Click on it, and I'll see you next time.